Hi, and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Bryn, and we're doing a live review. I don't often do live reviews. I just thought I wanted to talk quickly about Netflix's new original series called Kitz. So, Kitz is about a year after the tragic death of a brother. 19-year-old Lisi from Kitzbühel enters the decadent world of the Munich clique that comes to the luxury ski resort to celebrate every season. But Lizzie soon kicks off an avalanche that reveals the truth behind the facade full of glamour. I guess if you're just joining me, yeah, doing a quick live review for kids. It's not one I wanted to speak too much about. It's just wondering if you guys were going to watch this. Have you seen something similar to this before? Um, it reminds me a lot of the series Revenge. Chris from Movies and Munchies and I were talking about it recently on our podcast. That it has a very similar presence. There's 6 episodes, about 45 minutes apiece. The thing is, it starts off with kind of letting you know where you're going to end up. So that takes away a lot of the mystery of it. Obviously, there is mystery in there, and the story that is revolved around what is what the beginning bits of what you see actually happens. So you see a MacGuffin without doing spoilers. You see something happen that spurs on this revenge plot storyline, and that's okay. But the fact that they show you the beginning of what's happening is a little bit disconcerting because as you watch it, you're like, "But I know where we end up." So that was disappointing to me. However, one of the pluses is that we actually have amazing locations. And then to contrast the amazing locations, you have these young people that don't seem to have any issues with money because their parents are ridiculously rich. Like I would say the top 1%. They can go and buy clothes off the rack that's so expensive that would probably cost me, a year's salary, one coat. And so it's hard to relate to that, which I think is on purpose because then you have the revenge kind of storyline with some of our characters that are intertwining them because they're trying to figure out things like what happened to the brother, what happens to, how did they get to this part, what caused the thing to happen at the beginning. Again, not doing spoilers. So I think it's interesting because you relate more to the people that don't have a lot of money, and at first, the people in their decadence come across as people that you really don't like. And in fact, like the first few episodes, as we start getting to know them, you see how messed up their family lives are, how messed up their relationships are, and you start feeling for them a little bit, not too much, and then you start seeing how the storylines aren't black and white. And I think that's probably where it shines the best, this series. It's about how people aren't black and white. It's about how the revenge story is not always where it ends up. So even though you think you know where it ends up slightly in a different place. I would say the acting for the most part is fairly good once you get past these people really don't have any worries at all, but they actually do. I would suggest watching it in the original language. I tried dubbing, that didn't work for me. Always, if you can watch in the original language, that always adds to the nuance, the little subtleties that the actors are wanting to give, the direction of the directors directing the actors, going, please, can you bring out this little bit? I would say the location, the language, and just the visual spectacle of what you see, what is going on with the teenage angst that there is a lot of. There's this contrast that happens a lot between what you're feeling about what you're watching, what you're enjoying watching, what you're irritated that the characters are doing certain things. Often it's one of these series where if the characters just sat down and had a conversation together, they would be fine. They would sort out all their issues, or at least understand why they're so angry. Um, and but there wouldn't be much of a series. Let me know in the comments below. What is your favorite type of revenge series that there has been? Because I think there's been a lot of series similar to this one that's done it better. So where I enjoyed most of what they had to bring, I do feel even the 6 episodes was too long to kind of draw out that revenge plot line. I think it could have been done like one of the British miniseries that you get. Yeah, 3 episodes and done. The revenge story is done completely. You're on that journey. You understand where you're going to end up. You want to know why, kind of. You flesh out those backstories for those characters so you don't completely hate the top 1% rich people, but then you get there to the end. So I would give this 2.5 Nicolas Cages out of 5. This is one of my last reviews of 2021. Our next obviously I'm going to be doing loads of other reviews coming in 2022. But I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everybody that's been enjoying these reviews. That's why I'm doing this one live, just to do a quick live thank you in amongst a quick review. It's been quite a journey. I think we've had fun this year. There's been some really shocking content. Chris and I, for our movies podcast of the worst content, we've got an interesting podcast coming this week on Saturday for the first episode of season 2 of what we watched this week. So do check that out. And we have the extra content with our podcast section wherever you listen to podcasts. So thanks so much. If you haven't watched all our other content, please do go and check one of the videos that'll probably pop up on your screen after I've edited this properly. But again, I just wanted to say thank you for joining the Ruby Tuesday. Kay will be continuing learning to speak English is still hard at my age. Kay will be continuing to be joining us at random reviews when she can. But for now, it's going to be me and Chris occasionally on our weekly podcast. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.